I wonder, can I keep this short? Probably not. Welcome to the 11-minute video that I wanted to be 2 minutes. I've put on black and white, and I've put on night vision so that that it's a bit, slow in the words, so it's not so synchronized. And I think I just want that setting because I want to talk about my past a little bit, and touch on it at the start of the video, and then I'll probably tangent and waffle into something else at another point. Hang on a second, bear with me. Hey, hello. How are you? Is it raining? Okay. No, don't worry then. Okay, we'll meet maybe on Sonntag. Yeah, exactly. We're going to rehearse for the band. What? No, just playing, yeah. Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll be playing football at 6. Okay, fine. Have a good night. Yeah, shouldn't happen. Thank you, man. Yeah, thanks very much. Ciao, ciao. My past was this, that, I told everybody I was XXY. Every single person, especially girls that I met, I told them immediately, I'm XXY, don't look at me as a male. And that's the way I lived my life since discovering, 17, when I discovered at 17 that I am XXY, I was like, oh, totally explains it. That totally explains my way of thinking, being, doing, acting, behaving, reacting. And then what, about 4 years ago I discovered other XXYs online. I started to use the internet. Never used the internet before, didn't like the internet. And so now I'm stuck into the internet, and I think it is a very good way to go forward. It's just that most people have the same worries that I had when I first joined the internet, of your anonymous nature or status going away, and everybody knowing who you are and could find out who you are and come and threaten you and sort of stuff like that, Threats do come, of course they do. I mean, the threats come when you cross the road and a bus could hit you, So I just want to say that, in my past, meeting people, I've met 1,000, if not 1,000,000 people. I know I've met more than 1,000, of course, but I've met a lot of thousands of people, and most of them have heard that I was XXY and that I made a huge point out of it. I didn't start using intersex until I saw a documentary on Channel 4 about intersex, and I'm very happy to have talked through the internet with one of the people that was in that documentary series or documentary film on Channel 4 on English television. And so, an intersex, the word, seemed totally appropriate to me at the time, and still does. It's just that I know that there are other definitions of intersex out there being used still to this day, and I personally want to change all that and have nearly every person in the world under the umbrella term intersex, because I don't believe that there's any male or female out there that's 100% male or female. But I want to say that I do get through to a lot of people, and most people, not from school times, are aware that I'm XXY, and know my side of the story on that level. Since meeting the XXYs in the last 3 to 5 years, opinions are very different to mine in general, especially from the main people of organisations, let's say, and people who publish books and leaflets and stuff like that. I would differ in opinion with these people in general, and most of my differences would be in the fact that I don't believe that we are males as Klinefelter syndrome people. Secondly, for my own personal self, I wouldn't classify myself as Klinefelter syndrome at all. I would say I'm an XXY person. I hope, though, this is one thing I need to clarify, I hope, though, that people don't realise that I actually classify myself as an XXY chromosomed person. I classify myself as being me. I'm Gavin, hi. And, I don't, I'm also Gavin Lowe, by the way. Hello. Hello. because I've also been very hellish lowish in my life, but I've also been very high. So hi, hello. Just made that up now. Funny, isn't it? But that's what I do. I'm kind of like that in my brain. I do, I'm very poetical. People say. See, I don't even know what I am myself. When you get this kind of 5 tag thing to do on YouTube, like name 5 facts of yourself, I find that very difficult, because I really don't know what I am and whatever. I just do, and I am what I do and what I am. I don't really think too much. I think it's too much to think. I think it's better maybe just to do and just to go with heart and gut. And that's what I do with people, and that's why I don't have difficulties really with people. Everybody is very different. And, and I'm certainly different. And but my difference doesn't interfere with normal general society. It enhances normal society, my presence, because, well, I can't really put it down to, I can't tell you myself, but if I got friends to tell you, and I'd love friends to tell me now, why I did this video was because somebody that I don't know, as far as I know, I won't mention her name, but, somebody who knows of me from where I used to live in Ireland 10 years ago or 12 years ago, and supposedly my legend still lives on there. That's nice. What sort of legend it is, I have no idea, but I'd love to know. I'd love to ask this person, could they just put into words, how they perceive me. And I'm going to maybe just start to do surveys and ask people how they perceive me. And if you could all actually send me private messages and tell me how you perceive me as being, just straight out, the negatives, the positives, the uncertainties, that's what I'd like to know. I think I'd like some analysis from other people's brains on how they see me and whatever, because certain people have said, one point sticks in my mind. Recently somebody said, like, you are peace and party, you can party no problem, but there's not much peace in you. And that's true. There isn't much peace in me these days, and since I've been on YouTube I've been quite angry and sour with xxytalk.com, because I am an XXY essentially, and I don't have the privileges that every other single individual of human species out there has to join xxytalk.com. My IP address seemingly is banned, and they won't. They think that I'm not, shouldn't be welcome back on there. I think it's mad, and so I want people to sort of, back me up there, and let's start now to initiate anti-bully group kind of situation, really, because I'm not a bully, I'm just opinionated. Yes, I do talk a lot. I do have a lot of maybe sometimes wacky ideas or thoughts. I've always thought that, I'll just give you one wacky thought that I've always had, is like, maybe we're having so many earthquakes and problems like that. There's a lot of earthquakes that have been going off in places that they haven't gone off for in years. Now we know that the natural world is the way it is, and earthquakes happen sometimes. But what if, this is my theory, what if the oil, that we're taking out of the ground in huge gallons, huge millions of gallons out of the ground, what if that oil is actually purposeful for other reasons apart from us just burning it, and for our silly systems of we need fossil fuels to burn to get our energy, which absolutely is ridiculous, because we don't. As we know, the sun and the wind and all sorts of the sea and can create this power as well, but we've been using oil because we were just a bit slow in realizing what the better option is, and now we're starting to do it because it's getting a bit shitty, isn't it, in the world, and we realize that we need to look after the world a bit better. And I think that the oil that we take from the ground, and I've mentioned this with scientists, and all the scientists have said to me back, like, I did check it out, but it's not true, they said. I'm like, you checked it out in what, a week? And you're certain after a week that that's just not possible, right? You see, so I don't agree with that. I think that oil in our human civilization helps us with bike chains and stuff like that, for the chain not to get stuck and to have some fluid movement. I would imagine that oil is also a purposeful thing for the earth and is not just there just like our appendix. You know, I think it has a point, and I would really question about the appendix. And is it the appendix? Because again, I'm not a science head, but you know, is the appendix really useless, or does that help with stuff in the mind that we just can't figure out? You know, I think everything has a reason, a purpose, and I would definitely throw that theory out to everybody. I know I haven't mentioned before on all my 700 and whatever videos, probably never mentioned that before. There's lots of things I haven't mentioned, and I want to clear up a few things so that people start to realise who I am, what I stand for, what my goals are, and what my heart says, and that I'm truly in it for all of us, and I'm never going to be in it just for myself. Okay, so ciao people, peace on earth at some point in the future. Ciao now.